Lesson 62.2, topic, Magical Rituals for Ordinary People, Part 2. Sometimes the energetic elements of your physical reality are not coordinated with each other, preventing your desires from being fulfilled. The ritual you are performing transforms your desire into an energetic beacon, emitting energy waves to all the elements that make up your physical reality. Those elements that resonate with this energy will coordinate their energy with yours. The Father, through the higher and lower spiritual hierarchies, will ensure that reality changes accordingly, allowing you to meet your partner. This is why the ritual works. It brings two people together through the energetic fusion of their thoughts, desires, and the compatibility of their necessary evolution. Another aspect of this ritual to consider is that the first person you meet may not be your permanent partner. They might be an intermediate partner. What often happens is that you meet to discover your limitations, your boundaries, and that your capacity isn't as great as you think. Sometimes the solutions to problems aren't found in what the other person can do for you, but rather in your own growth to reach a solution. The other person can help you reach that solution, but if you can't find the solution yourself, at least you can find the beginning of it. Others can't help you. Help begins with yourself. That is why it is important to know your own limitations. To know how far you can go and how far you need to go. To know how to climb out of the rut you are in. This will allow you to grow as a person and find someone worthy of your abilities. Therefore, to those of you performing this ritual, don't lose heart if your first relationship doesn't work out. Keep in mind that this is just a learning process. Learning never truly ends. You might think that learning ends when you have found the perfect partner, but the truth is, it doesn't. If you think they are the perfect partner, it will prevent you from growing as a person. You must continue to grow from the inside out, improving every day, fighting against whatever comes your way. This will allow your partner to see you performing these actions appropriately and always growing positively, for the relationship to remain good and they will never leave you. It's always a two-way street. You must be learning and always attentive to changes. The point here is that a partner is a path for you to evolve as individuals, to move closer to the ultimate goal, which is to draw closer to the Father and achieve ultimate union with Him. The medium is tired now, but let's leave it here and continue tomorrow. Thank you for listening. Best regards. The next topics for lessons on rituals. Another ritual that could be useful for many people and which I don't plan to discuss much because its constitution can be positive in few cases and negative in many others. It all depends on the Father's plans, of course, would be the ritual for obtaining money quickly. Another important ritual I plan to discuss is getting a job. Another ritual would be what to do to grow intuition within oneself so that one can hear what the Father is saying. Ritual for good communication with the Father. Ritual for good communication with the deceased so that they protect you and watch over the house, preventing any negative entities from entering. Ritual for good communication with the deceased so that the communication session conducted by any technological means, Ouija board, EVP image, etc. is carried out with the best possible quality. A ritual to cleanse a house depending on the level of infection. If it's low or high, a different ritual will be necessary. A ritual to establish good communication with your spiritual teacher or guardian angel, and what you can do to know if they have responded. A ritual for someone who knows they don't have much time left to die, asking for the necessary knowledge for a smooth transition from physical to spiritual life. A ritual for a person who has died or is about to die very soon, so they have the necessary spiritual companionship from their deceased relatives and accompany them to the place where their evolution is most profound and successful. It is important to avoid remaining in the lower astral plane. A ritual to help the deceased leave the lower astral plane where they are currently located because they are unaware of their death, and to ascend to the celestial levels that respond to them so they can continue their spiritual evolution. A ritual to ensure that neither oneself nor anyone close to oneself is affected by any negative spirit of any kind, whether recently deceased, distant deceased, or an entity filled with malevolence that died long ago, ensuring that no spirit has reincarnated in the dimension where one lives. The previous ritual is therefore related to the ritual of removing the evil eye, as you mentioned. The evil eye is caused by an impregnation of negative energy in that person. Another interesting ritual that can greatly help with the above is especially helpful for people who do not have a high level of mental concentration, hunger, or have meditated very little. This ritual aims to open the intuition sufficiently to the universe and the divine to hear their answers. In other words, to have a degree of clairvoyance to hear the divine.